Right now this morning, the water taxi is back. What you need to know about tomorrow's service relaunch while crews continue working on the Blackhawk Bridge. And a firebomb attack on peaceful marchers was months in the making. The suspect's chilling confession straight ahead this morning.
Wet morning commute coming your way as we go right into it this morning, and then very wet in the afternoon into the evening forecast. More about that coming up in just a moment.
And from carnival rides to butter giveaways, everything you need to know about Sparta Butterfest 41st year starting this weekend. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. On this Tuesday, June 3rd, we'll check back in with Art right away. I guess if you thought yesterday was too hot, Art, you got a little bit of a cool down coming today.
A little bit, yeah, definitely. Temperatures really dropping down in the 60s and the 70s. Hey, this Butterfest thing sounds pretty fun. Hey, we've got some sunshine coming in for you tomorrow, but first we've got the thunderstorm activity coming in. As you can see, it's going to be pretty much lingering along I-94 for a few hours. About a 10 o'clock hour, we'll get I-90 mixed in that as well, and that's going to stay with us for the better part of the day, going into your evening hours, and then eventually packing away to the east a little bit away from I-94, and then still lingering over I-90. So that's what's happening. You've got the air quality alert that is in play till noon. That stays with us, as well as this rainfall does as well. Folks that are in Iowa are going to be picking up some serious thunderstorm activity that's going to be tracking towards Chicago. That's where the severe weather pretty much is. You can see that right now. We are only in a marginal risk for severe weather, and that is mostly for areas along I-90, and you can see that tracking all the way up to areas by Black River Falls as well, and then kind of pushing out to the northeast. Hey, we hold on to the showers. You can see them coming in, lingering along I-94 by Eau Claire, and then continuing to stretch north to northeast, and as they do, we'll see eventually some of those storms beginning to pack in from the south with an area of low pressure kind of moving right on us, and we're going to be having all of that shower activity and storm activity for today going all the way through the afternoon and into your evening and overnight hours. This is how it all shapes up. Current temperatures right now in the 60s and the low 70s right now. Then we get back into the highs for the day. Temperatures will be on the cooler side, so not much warming going on up north. You're looking at middle 60s all the way up to around 73 or 74 degrees in some cases for today under cloudy skies, and of course stormy activity with smoke and haze in your forecast. When I come back, I'll have more about this coming up for you in just a moment.
All right, Art, thank you. And right now, the state of Wisconsin is under that air quality alert. The health threat is coming from out of state, as News 8 Now's Allison Ferget explains.
The DNR is warning of potentially unhealthy air quality throughout Tuesday. We spoke to experts about how long this could last and how to stay healthy. For the last few days, states across the upper Midwest have been hit with air quality alerts. Smoke from Canadian wildfires is to blame.
Those fires continue to burn. There's dozens of them up there in Manitoba and Saskatchewan, and it doesn't seem like they're going to be going out anytime soon.
In the past, air quality alerts from a wildfire were usually only sent out in July or August. But for the last 3 years, they've come much earlier.
For the small sample here that we have, the trend here is, these are becoming a little more frequent here earlier in the season.
With wildfires, the DNR tracks the level of fine particulate matter in the air to decide if an alert needs to be sent out.
They're inhalable, they can get in your lungs and get in your bloodstream.
Those particles can be especially dangerous for so-called sensitive groups.
Children, the elderly, those who are pregnant, and then anyone with upper respiratory issues like asthma. And then also in those sensitive groups would be people who have to work outside.
So, how do you keep yourself safe? Experts say the best thing to do is just stay inside. But if you can't, they have a few reminders.
So limiting the exposure outside as much as possible. If you can, again, shift your time period where you are doing these things outside, that's probably going to be the best thing.
Reporting in La Crosse, Allison Ferget, News 8 Now, this morning.
And happening tomorrow, your commute across the Mississippi River getting a little bit easier with a free water taxi service. That'll run between Lansing, Iowa and DeSoto, Wisconsin, set to resume after officials had to shut down the Blackhawk Bridge due to unsafe movement. Service running Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Lansing Marina and Big Slough Landing. And a Milwaukee man is accused of framing an undocumented immigrant for threatening President Trump. 52-year-old Demetrius Scott facing identity theft and witness intimidation charges. Police say he sent death threat letters using another man's return address. The victim was arrested. Scott later admitted he wrote the letters to stop the man from testifying against him. More charges are expected, meanwhile, for that man who firebombed peaceful marchers in Colorado over the weekend. Court documents say the Egyptian suspect told investigators he found the march online and was planning the attack for months. He faces life in prison on more than 40 felony counts after injuring at least 12 people. Naomi Ruckham reports.
A memorial of flowers and flags is growing at the scene of Sunday's horrific fire attack in Boulder.
I feel like it's important to make it beautiful with flowers and show that life will continue even though violence has happened here.
Police say at least a dozen people were injured, some with severe burns, when the suspect, identified as 45-year-old Egyptian national Mohammed Suleiman, threw Molotov cocktails at demonstrators marching peacefully in support of the October 7th Israeli hostages. Witnesses say he yelled "Free Palestine" during the attack.
Do you understand it?
Yesterday evening, the suspect made his first appearance in court. He is facing multiple felony charges and a federal hate crimes charge.
When he was interviewed about the attack, he said he wanted them all to die. He had no regrets, and he would go back and do it again.
According to court documents, the suspect told investigators that he had been planning the attack for a year and that he used Molotov cocktails because he was denied the purchase of a gun because he was not a legal citizen.
The Jewish community is beyond upset.
Councilwoman Tara Weiner knows 4 of the victims, including an 88-year-old Holocaust refugee.
I talked to some of them who could answer the phone. They'll be okay physically.
As the city now works to unite after an attack that shook the Jewish community.
Police say 16 unused Molotov cocktails were found near the scene after the suspect's arrest. He hasn't entered a plea, but he is due back in court Thursday. And President Trump's fight to fire federal employees back in the Supreme Court's hands. The administration filed an emergency appeal yesterday to reverse a lower court order blocking sweeping layoffs and agency reorganizations. Critics say those efforts exceed constitutional boundaries, but the Solicitor General argues that controlling the federal workforce is key presidential authority. At least 121,000 federal workers have been laid off or targeted for layoffs since Trump took office. And speaking of President Trump, he's set to meet with his Chinese counterpart. They are expected to speak, that is, later this week. It comes after Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent hinted at the call on Face the Nation, and Trump said he would like to speak with President Xi as trade tensions escalate. Russia and Ukraine, meanwhile, no closer to peace talks after brief meeting in Istanbul. Russia launched a retaliatory drone attack overnight after Ukraine hit multiple Russian bases just hours before the talks began. The two countries met for just an hour in Turkey's capital. They did agree to a prisoner swap focused on severely wounded soldiers. After the meeting, Ukraine's president called for more sanctions on Russia.
Sanctions, including secondary ones, tariffs, and price caps, can work and push Russia toward peace. Without pressure, Putin will just keep playing games with everyone who wants this war to end.
Russian state media says both sides agreed to a third round of talks, but no date has been set. Two major construction projects in La Crosse clearing a key hurdle last night. The City Plan Commission unanimously recommended rezoning proposals. One for the new school building coming to the Hogan administrative site. The other is for the Haven on Main mixed-use housing complex. That'll go up where the old Pink Palace used to be. And your stormwater bill could go up about $10 a month for the first time in 14 years. Last night, the La Crosse Board of Public Works passed a resolution to raise stormwater utility rates. The proposal moves to the Finance Personnel Committee Thursday, then to Common Council. A new daycare coming to Tomah this fall just got a boost from the local Chamber Foundation. They donated $1,275 to Sprouts Daycare for kitchen and safety supplies. The facility will bring 38 new childcare slots to Tomah when it opens. Foundation members say investing in childcare strengthens local businesses.
We've seen this as a need along with, housing and stable transportation as one of the 3 main barriers to people being able to access regular employment. This is one of the items that we felt we could make a difference in. But it's not only a need in Tomah, but it's a need all over Wisconsin and frankly the United States.
A recent survey showed Tomah could support 66 additional childcare slots beyond what's currently available. The McIntosh Memorial Library now accepting applications for free school supplies. The Stuff the Bus program gives families a free backpack of supplies. Any student in a county school district can register now through July 13th, and you can find the application on our website, news8000.com. The International Owl Center wants to build a new facility. The only thing standing in their way is a hefty price tag, as News 8 Now's Grace Monk explains.
The International Owl Center has plans to build a new $17.3 million facility. The center is currently housed in a small storefront in downtown Houston. The new site will offer more space for visitors, owls, and programs. It will also allow the center to keep the owls on site, which are currently being transported to the center from an off-site aviary. Executive Director Carla Bloom spends roughly 200 hours a year transporting the owls. She says the birds aren't fond of the travel, and some have started to push back.
And our Eurasian eagle owl is just flat out on strike. She will not go in her transport box. So until we have the new center built, she's not working at all because she will not go in the box. She'll attack me.
So far, the center has raised over $1.5 million through donations. Bloom credits the project's high price tag to its unique features, including the first ever walk-through owl aviary in the U.S.
You're literally walking through the side of the aviary. There is nothing between you and the owls that are living free in these large naturally vegetated aviaries.
The facility is the only owl education center in the United States, which has brought in donations from across the country.
There was a gentleman that came from Nebraska. He's never been here before. He loves owls, and he just made a $10,000 donation on the spot.
The facility can be built in two parts, which means they wouldn't need to raise the full $17.3 million to get things started. Bloom hopes to raise the full amount before then. In Houston, Grace Monk, News 8 Now This Morning.
If you're interested in donating, maybe drop in 10,000 of your own dollars, you can visit the International Owl Center's website. We've got that link for you on our website. The time now is 6:10. Still to come, new 50% tariffs on steel and aluminum imports are set to go into effect. We'll tell you when. The job market, the worst it's been in years for college grads, and some corporations are scaling back Pride celebrations to avoid political backlash.
Airfare will be a little bit cheaper this summer. I'm Wendy Gillette aboard Crystal Serenity with the travel trends you can expect to see the next few months.
And for now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Today marks the 60th anniversary of the first American spacewalk. Major Edward H. White II performed the historic feat while aboard Gemini 4. Back in 1965, he was tethered to the spacecraft by a 25-foot cable, moved around using a small handheld oxygen jet gun. He spent more than 20 minutes floating in space before the mission safely returned to Earth 4 days later. And as you start to wake up, leaving you with a quick wake-up call with the Wisconsin city, where a piece of Sputnik 4 crash landed. Speaking of, and that is Manitowoc, looking nice there this morning. Stay with us. Your morning consumer news is headed your way.
You wouldn't buy the first vehicle you saw.
Trust me, it's perfectly safe.
I'll take it. So don't hire the first personal injury lawyer you call.
Trust me.
Where do I sign? Object to anything less than the best. Call BGR.
Get hot deals for summer at Menards, all after 11% rebate. All Bonnie plants are on sale, starting at just $4.29. Schultz granular plant food is only $3.99 per bag. Save big on these LED solar path lights, just $2.98 each. Oven and grill cleaner is only $3.99. Hurry, these great deals won't last long. Sign up for Menards emails to get the weekly flyer plus exclusive daily flash sales right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards.
Sunken or uneven concrete only worsens with time due to changing seasons, stress on the slab, or poorly compacted soil. Thankfully, American Waterworks offers proven, warranted solutions. Typically less expensive than full replacement and more efficient and lightweight than mud jacking, our methods are designed to last. After all, your sunken concrete won't get better with time, but it will with our modern solutions. Choose confidence, choose reliability, choose American Waterworks.
At Taco John's, we serve a higher standard of flavor with grilled chicken, creamy fiesta sauce, and always hot potato olays. That's what we call West Mex. Try our freshest lineup yet with the new Fiesta menu, only at Taco John's.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily, Jardiance, at each day start. As time time went on, it was easy to see. I'm lowering my A1C.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardiance may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardiance. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
Hiring the wrong personal injury attorney can cost you a lot. Researching personal injury attorneys costs you nothing. We're confident that your research will lead you to buy Goff and Rohde. BGR, object to anything less than the best.
Well, when I walked outside, it felt a bit balmy out there, but now it's starting to cool on down. You have 60s and some low 70s still holding on eventually as we go into the morning. In fact, we'll see maybe a degree or two cooler in the next hour or so, but we'll feel with wet rainfall coming in our forecast, that's going to make it feel a little bit easier on your skin as well. Cooler air coming in from the north. Our local temperatures are going to be much cooler as we roll right through all of this rainfall that's in our forecast. You can see it right there on the way. It's a couple of hours to near 1 hour. This is what's happening. These two areas of low pressure, one's going to dive on top of us from the north, the other is going to exacerbate storm activity down to the south, and that's what's going to push most of that moisture up along into Iowa and possibly kind of pushing all the way towards Chicago. From that, we'll get some of that moisture pulled into our region, and that's how we get some storm activity today. How about this, though? La Crosse will start off dry somewhat going into the 11 o'clock hour, and we're in it. So I would say 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock hour, prepare yourself. Going right into storm activity, continuing on with light showers, then storm activity comes back. We'll also see Eau Claire holding on to at least storm activity in the morning, continuing on with shower activity to finish out as the strength of those storms start to move a little bit more to the east and away from Eau Claire. So that's what's happening for the day. You've got rainfall chances, maybe a 3/4 of an inch to 1.5 inches up to the north. La Crosse, maybe just around, say, about an inch or so or less in the forecast, and then down to the south, maybe 2 inches in your forecast. Get out and enjoy it if you can, but be safe out there.
In your morning consumer news, President Trump says the new 50% tariffs on steel and aluminum will take effect tomorrow. The European Union is already threatening potential countermeasures, and economists worry about increased prices on everything from construction materials to canned food. For recent college grads, a dose of bad news this morning, unfortunately. Economists say that this is the worst job market in years for young people. They say the unemployment rate for young adults with degrees is nearly twice as high as the national average. According to professional networking platform LinkedIn, entry-level hiring is down 23% compared to March of 2020. And Pride Month is here, but many big brands and retail chains aren't celebrating this year. A new survey finds 39% of more than 200 companies say they are toning down their Pride-related campaigns to avoid political headaches. Those fears include Trump administration threats of investigations and being targeted by angry right-wing consumers on social media and beyond. Supporters warn that the pullback could hurt diversity and inclusion in the long run and even hurt business for those companies. The busy summer travel season is fast approaching. This year brings greater concerns about the economy for many, but airfare is a little bit lower this year. Wendy Gillette reports about some of the summer's biggest trends.
Jetting off for fun in the sun will be a bit cheaper this summer, according to the travel booking app Hopper. The average domestic ticket is $265, down 3% from last year and the lowest summer fare since 2021. Round-trip flights to always popular Europe average $847, 14% lower than last year.
People are booking and there's plenty of supply out there, but there might be a little bit of weakness on the domestic front.
Hotel stays are averaging $237 a night, about the same as last summer, but still higher compared to pre-pandemic 2019.
If there's flexibility in a vacation schedule, try to shift to a Sunday, Monday night stay. you can save an average of about 25%.
Libby Bestel, who lives near Denver, Colorado, is taking 3 trips this summer to visit her daughters in New York City and Paris and hit national parks. The economy is shaping some of her decisions.
I'm more likely to lean towards an Airbnb type situation where perhaps I can make some of my own meals, do more picnicking.
Travel company Zicasso is seeing more Americans who are packing for Europe traveling during shoulder seasons like this month and the fall.
There is also more of the interest towards the lesser traveled regions, so a bit off the beaten path.
That's also true of some Americans taking European cruises. I'm aboard Crystal Serenity, which is spending the summer in the Mediterranean. It's making stops at less crowded ports, including right here, Portofino, Italy, and the Shetland Islands. We were invited aboard the ship as it hosted the luxury travel network Virtuoso's annual symposium with a focus on summer travel trends.
We are seeing a rise in solo travel this summer, especially for women. In fact, 71% of our solo travelers are female.
Another emerging trend giving more consideration to security. Virtuoso finds almost 3 in 5 travelers evaluate safety when planning a trip, a significant increase over last year.
Hopper says trending domestic destinations this year include Santa Fe, New Mexico, and New Hampshire. That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got an update on our forecast.
Come on, Alexander, it's the Hopper.
Let's go.
We get into it. We go right into your forecast. Rainfall coming our way. Storm activity as well. 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. continues on mostly over I-94. Then it picks up 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's basically starting all over I-90 as well as I-94. We get into 6 p.m. into Wednesday about 2 a.m. We're going to see that pull away from I-94. Once we get around the 6 o'clock hour, they start to go drier. We'll get that storm activity still along I-90 going into the overnight hours. So that's how it all shapes up. Air quality alert in play. We're also seeing that as we go through this morning, and this will end by noon today. However, despite having the rainfall come a little bit early, we still have the possibility of being unhealthy for sensitive groups out there. So please be careful. Not to mention there's a lot of construction out there, a lot of dust in the air as well. So that could be pretty difficult for you. There's the moisture in the upper atmosphere. You can see down to the south, though, all that dry air down there. Some of that's kind of slowly but surely funneling up into our region as well. We have cooler air coming in from Canada. We're also looking at storm activity, which is a marginal risk for severe weather. So that is a low risk for severe weather, mostly along I-90. You can see that stretching up to some places by getting into Black River Falls, and then all the way up into near Landers as well. Then eventually that goes down to the southeast. How about this, though? High pressure is still kind of building from what we had yesterday. Cool air is with us, though. Stormy conditions kind of tracking is that storm activity sliced right in between us and, of course, that high pressure ridge. We get right back into it. Highs for Tuesday, where you're looking at temperatures from the middle 60s to the middle 70s. So that's going to be a little bit on the cooler side with that rainfall out there, and will probably make it feel a little bit cooler on your skin. Now, there's possibilities for severe weather well south of us, but we could see a good-looking storm or two kind of sweep through the area here, which I mentioned before. It is a low risk for severe weather. We'll start it off in the morning for storm activity, popping into areas by Eau Claire as well, getting into Red Wing. You've got Wabasha as well. Winona will be in that eventually. We'll go into the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock hour. You're starting to see that moisture down to the south starting to pick up going into I-90, and then continues to do so right into the 11 o'clock hour. So this will begin to fill in, and from there all the way into about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock tonight, that pretty much stays with us all day. We get into the 4 o'clock hour. Eventually you can see that slowly but surely breaking away from Ladysmith and Eau Claire. You can see it by 5 o'clock now, steadily getting out of the way. There's a quick break, but it comes back down along I-90. You can see that with showers and storm activity finishing out with some heavy stuff all the way into portions of our region. Now, we'll go into how this all shapes up. We're looking at maybe about 3/4 of an inch or 3/4 of an inch or less for La Crosse. We're looking at maybe about an inch or so for Eau Claire. Everybody down to the south, maybe 2 inches or less in the forecast. Be safe out there.
Thank you, Art. Tick season is here. Experts say it's going to be a hot year for these disease-carrying pests. We'll tell you how to protect yourself and your family after the morning sports blitz.
Coming up in the Blitz, highlights from a low-scoring affair in the sectional semifinals in the softball diamond, plus the Brewers going for 8 straight wins. Keep it right here.
The Driftless region is a thriving community where tradition and innovation shine. And Culligan has a long history of providing custom solutions to address the area's water worries, like iron, sulfur, PFAS, and manganese. Culligan, water you love since 1936.
A John Deere 3 Series tractor lets you tackle those bigger jobs with simple, intuitive controls that put the power in your hands and quick connect solutions to swap implements quickly with ease. From rotary cutter to rotary tiller to front loader. Take on all your property's biggest challenges. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a Deere. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
At Sealands Carpetland, you know we have a huge flooring selection, but we offer tiles for more than just your floors. Looking to update your kitchen backsplash? We've got you covered. Remodeling your bathroom shower or walls? We got that too. With the wide variety of colors, shapes, and sizes, you'll find exactly what you need to bring your dream space to life. At Sealands Carpetland, where our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
I've been an electrician for over 20 years, and I work in solar because these jobs pay well. I'm a Republican, but now I'm seeing Republicans in Washington trying to eliminate jobs like mine.
Congressman Derek Van Orden just voted to cut clean energy production. It'll kill thousands of jobs in our state, all to give the super rich another tax cut.
Congressman, you turned your back on us. That's not leadership. That's selling us out.
When migraine strikes, do you question the trade-offs of treating? Ubrelvy is another option. It works fast, and most have migraine pain relief within 2 hours. You can treat it anytime, anywhere. Tell your doctor all medicines you take. Don't take if allergic or with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Get help right away for allergic reactions like trouble breathing, face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, which may occur hours to days after. Side effects include nausea and sleepiness. Migraine pain relief starts with you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Ubrelvy.
It's an easy puzzle to solve. The one app your phone can't live without. Bringing you local news, sports, streaming video, and a lot more. The News 8 Now app. Get it today. Oh, and good job on the puzzle. News 8 Now Sports.
Welcome to the Blitz. Well, with some bad weather potentially looming today, some area teams moving up their playoff games to yesterday. That includes the Tomoe Timberwolves, who entered the day 2 wins away from a state tournament appearance, taking on Sun Prairie East. Cardinals took the other meeting 2-1 back in the first weekend of May. First inning, visitors threatening, but Anna Wall gets a strikeout to end that threat. Then in the second, Lily Noth rips a single to left field to put a couple on, but Allison Giese gets the K to retire the side. Still scoreless until this. Avery Rowland lays down a bunt with a runner on second. Wall's throw to first is wide left, and Abby Packard books it around third to make it 1-0. Then a little later, it's a grounder back at Wall. She can't corral it, and that allows Haley Benish to score. And runners on first and third, and it's miscommunication by Toma on the steal. The Cardinals make it 3-0. Timberwolves offense can't muster anything against Giese, and Toma is bouncing the sectional semis for the second straight year. Brewers looking to make it 8 straight wins facing the Reds. First inning already up 1. Cincy adds another. Spencer Steer lays down a great bunt, and that doubles the home side's lead. Crew tied it up in the second, and then in the third inning, Christian Yelich in a 3-2 count. One swing of the bat changes the score to 3-2. That solo shot for the newly named NL Player of the Week is his 6th big fly in his last 10 games. The bullpen was fantastic yet again, not allowing a run in relief. Trevor McGill hits triple digits on the radar gun, nailing down his 12th save of the year. Make it 8 straight. Brewers win 3-2. And back in the high school scene, West Salem, Melrose, Mindoro, and Ithaca softball teams, all winners in sectional softball action last night. Blair Taylor and Prairie du Chien scheduled to play tonight. That'll do it for the Blitz. Hope to see you back here later tonight.
It's Macy's Friends and Family Sale. That means insider deals on summer styles from your favorite brands, plus 15% off beauty and fragrance too. It's the perfect time to shop for summer. So hurry in. Macy's Friends and Family is going on now.
Today's the day. Today's the day.
Today is the day.
And today's the day.
Are you ready for National Fudge Day? Celebrate it with Valley Fudge and Candy. There is something for everyone.
I never knew fudge could be so dandy. Pop in to Valley Fudge and Candy.
Here's to the Farm and Fleet dads, the ones who take pride in a job well done, the ones who make the most of every moment and still take the time to pass it on. At Blaine's, we're here to make this Father's Day special with gifts for one-of-a-kind dads at prices that'll make them proud. Like men's work and sport pocket tees, just $10.99, $120 off this DeWalt trimmer blower kit. Plus, Blaine's gift cards make the perfect gifts. Find the value you need to make this Father's Day special. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, being original.
The camper. It has been a reliable companion for your family's good times. But after years of use, it is showing some wear and tear. A broken window from an errant baseball, a couch that your dog allegedly chewed on, and an AC unit that doesn't work like it should. It's time to call Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. We have been improving your family's camper since 1970. Call us today and we will make your camper feel brand new. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
Feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders? Our holistic therapies offer relief and get you back on track, from saunas that sweat out stress to targeted muscle relaxation. We offer massages using different methods and techniques that melt away tension to help better your mind and body. Treat yourself to holistic wellness that truly rejuvenates. Visit Synergy Wellness Center today. Your body will thank you.
Protect yourself from the harsh sun with Sonesta retractable awnings and solar screens from Asher Lasting Exteriors. With over 150 fabrics to choose from and the largest sizes available, you can create shade to match your home and style. Join us for our summer sale, one day only on Thursday, June 12th at either showroom in Eau Claire or Onalaska. Enjoy super summer savings with up to 25% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months at Asher Lasting Exteriors.
From laminate and vinyl to tile and wood, Floor & Decor has more options for pros, homeowners, and anyone looking for the right look at the right price. Your next beautiful space is at Floor & Decor.
When it comes to severe weather,
severe weather is a big threat.
Obviously, weather impacts everyone's lives, and weather changes, and you don't want outdated information.
be confident in First Warn Weather.
A national meteorologist can give you the broad overview.
But we're here for you. I know what this is going to do. I know how it's going to affect your area.
If you're from the area, like I'm from the area, you know all the real nuances.
Expect more from your local weather team.
We're still here for you. It's important.
The First Warn Weather app. Download it today. Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Welcome back. In your morning medical news, tick-borne disease cases are on the rise in this country. The number of these illnesses reported each year has quadrupled over the past 2 decades, according to the CDC. Experts believe many more cases are not being reported. Mandy Gaither has more on why we could be seeing more tick-borne illnesses and how to protect yourself.
They're a growing threat. Tick-borne illnesses are on the rise in the U.S., and ticks are out now through early fall.
It does seem like it'll be sort of a hot year for ticks.
Experts believe the increase in tick-borne diseases is due to several factors, including climate change. The rising heat and humidity helps ticks thrive, growing tick populations, and improved disease tracking. While there are several illnesses that ticks can cause, Lyme disease is by far the most common. More than 89,000 cases of Lyme disease were reported to the CDC by state health departments and the District of Columbia in 2023. But the agency says many more aren't reported. If left untreated, Lyme disease can cause serious health problems.
Early symptoms of Lyme disease, unfortunately, are going to look a lot like the flu. So there'll be things like fever, fatigue, headaches, and muscle aches.
There may also be a rash that looks like a bullseye. Experts say to protect against ticks by minimizing any exposed skin where they can bite. In areas where they're common, wear long sleeves and long pants, with the pants tucked into your socks, and wear a hat. Also, thoroughly check yourself and your family after spending time in high-risk areas like woods or tall grass.
Anyone else feeling itchy? Currently, there are no vaccines for any of the diseases that are carried by ticks, unfortunately. Experts say several vaccines are in clinical trials currently, though. And the CDC is contradicting the health secretary on COVID vaccine guidance for children. The CDC now says kids 6 months and older with no underlying health conditions may receive COVID-19 vaccines after consulting with their physician. The updated recommendation directly contradicts Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who said last week COVID vaccines are no longer recommended for healthy children or pregnant women.
Translation for shared decision making, that means talk to your doctor. Now, not everybody has a doctor, by the way. 1 in 3 people in this country do not have a doctor. So that's one challenge. In terms of the kids, we know that kids under the age of 2 are those highest risk after the elderly for ending up in the ER or the hospital. And okay, most of them are not going to die, but as a parent, I don't think you want your kid to end up in the ER or the hospital.
Vaccines for pregnant women still not recommended by the CDC and are now listed as no guidance, not applicable on the agency's website. And the American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology does still recommend the vaccine for pregnant women. Your morning coffee habit might be doing more than just waking you up. A new study looked at women in their 50s who drank 1 to 3 cups of caffeinated coffee daily. They were more likely to reach older age free from major chronic diseases and maintain good cognitive, physical, and mental health. Researchers acknowledge lifestyle and dietary factors, but the lead author says coffee itself might play a role. And some local medical news. June is Dementia Awareness Month. Staff at the La Crosse County Historical Society getting a lesson on what symptoms to look out for. That was led by dementia care specialists from the Aging and Disability Resource Center, part of an effort to educate and support people living with dementia and their caregivers. Right now, about 2,800 people in La Crosse County are living with the condition.
An enrichment opportunity that we're providing here tonight in advance of our busy tourist season is how to feel more comfortable working and supporting individuals who they may be interacting with on their guides and on their tours and in our museums.
We'll have a full list of dementia awareness events on our website. Summer biking season is here. La Crosse wants to help kids stay safe on the trails. The city is hosting its annual bike rodeo tonight from 5 to 7 at Myrick Park's lower parking lot. The skills training is designed for elementary age children, and all kids must bring their own bike and helmet. The event includes bicycle safety training, food trucks, and music. And summer concerts are kicking off this week, another sign of the season. Starting today, every Tuesday night from 6:30 to 8:30 till the end of August at the Dash Park in Onalaska, there'll be live music, food trucks, and the band lineup will change weekly. And now we'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's got an update on our morning commute.
All right, Alexander, what we have today, well, we've got rainfall. Rainfall is coming to start your morning before the sun rises. You're also going to be seeing this continue on all the way into the 10 o'clock hour. Then that's along I-94. Then encapsulating most of I-90 once you get into at least the 11 o'clock hour. That's going to continue till about 5 o'clock. We'll also see some of that rainfall back away from areas along I-94 by 6 o'clock. And then it's pretty much steady, still holding on to areas right back over I-90. So we're getting some pretty decent rainfall out of this. We also have an air quality alert today that goes until about noon today. Of course, the rainfall will help to knock that down. We'll also see the moisture that is in the upper atmosphere, and man, oh man, that's some good looking storm activity all the way down to the south as well, getting into Iowa and heading towards Chicago. We're going to be getting in like this here. We have a marginal risk for severe weather. It backed off from what we had yesterday, so it is not as bad as yesterday. It is a low risk for severe weather. We'll also find ourselves getting into, again, cooler conditions with that cooler air from the north, stormy conditions also, but we do have high pressure that's still building. So our temperatures are cool today, but they will still be near seasonal averages as we go through the next several days. How about this? Highs for Tuesday. We are looking at 64 to about 74 degrees out there. We start to bump you right back up, carrying right back into how this all shapes up, going through all the rainfall that's coming through your forecast. You see the rain all along I-94, then starts to pick up along I-90 by the 11 o'clock hour. Heavy storm activity continues on. You see that going all the way to the 3 o'clock hour. There's a bit of a respite, but it comes right back within a couple hours and stays along I-90 and continues all the way into the overnight hours and into the midnight and beyond. That's a look at your forecast. You can see the rainfall right there. I'll have more about this coming up for you in just a moment.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8. Judy is turning 80 today. She loves to cook and is celebrating 8 decades of being fabulous today. Love to hear that, Judy. And if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88, we'd love to feature them. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button. Coming up, the countdown is on to Sparta Butterfest. We'll show you what's new and what traditions are returning coming up.
A home you love, a business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We built it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
It's always been there, his love of the outdoors. Some days, you wonder if it might be his calling. Truth is, you know that the things he's passionate about today will build the foundation of what he does tomorrow, and possibly inspire a new journey. All he needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities, unlimited opportunity.
A great percentage of what we do at the Pump House Regional Arts Center is impacted by tourists.
The more people that we can get into the La Crosse area, the more I can provide for the people in our neighborhoods, the employees that I can help take care of, and just generally a better quality of life for us and our surrounding area.
The increased tourism means more business to us, means that we need to hire more staffing to accommodate for the fuel sales, to accommodate getting the rentals ready.
The Power of Tourism, brought to you by Explore La Crosse.
Never settle for ordinary. Not when outstanding is within reach. From laminate and vinyl to tile and wood, Floor & Decor has more options for pros, homeowners, and anyone looking for the right look at the right price. With an entire store full of ideas in stock, your next beautiful space is at Floor & Decor.
Sometimes my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis gets in my way. But thanks to Skyrizi, I'm free to bare my skin. With Skyrizi, I saw dramatically clearer skin. And many people were 100% plaque-free. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Well, good morning to you. Rainfall is edging closer, but we do have an alert day for, I should say, an air quality alert getting in for smoke and haze coming in from Canada. We'll also hold on to this rainfall working its way in our forecast, and by noon, this alert will begin to back down. It will expire. We're going to hold on to a marginal risk for severe weather, most of which is down along I-90 and continues to stretch all the way to the northeast over by Green Bay as well, and Rhinelander. That begins to break down gradually as we go through the overnight hours, and that should be done. We'll hold on to the storm activity, as you can see, continuing to drive across the area. By the time we get into like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock hour, that rainfall backs away, or at least tracks eastward away from I-94. And most of that rainfall will be down along I-90. That's why most of that rainfall picks up in the accumulation. We'll hold on to current temperatures, though. We're looking at some 60s right now to the low 70s. And it was a little balmy earlier this morning, and now it's getting a little bit on the cooler side as winds are starting to pick up just a tad. Highs for Tuesday, well, we're looking at 64 to about about, say, 75 degrees possibly in the forecast, and that means we're going to be on the cooler side of things today, but we'll bump you right back up as we go into tomorrow. Rainfall slips in as we go around the 7 o'clock hour. You're going to see it to be light to moderate to heavy working across Winona, getting into areas by Wabasha, especially in Eau Claire, continues to Ladysmith as well. This stays around all the way into the 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock hour. Once that occurs, it's also going to be picking up down south along I-90, and that continues to track with us all through the day. You'll see that continuing on. We get about the 3 o'clock hour. This has been a break. This is new, something I did not see yesterday, and so it breaks. It's only for about an hour or two, comes back again along I-90, and more of that rainfall continues to move into the region, holding on to light to moderate to possibly heavy rainfall to track out of the region going to the northeast. As that continues to go about, say, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, it's done. We're looking at possibly about a ½ inch of rainfall or less up to the north, getting to Eau Claire about 1.5 inches or less. We'll get to La Crosse. La Crosse is now showing about 1/4 inch or less, unfortunately. And then down to the south, we're looking at maybe about 1 inch to 3/4 inch or less in your forecast. Highs for tomorrow, we're looking at 70s widespread. Temperatures are bumping right back up. We'll do it again the following day as well. Thursday, you're looking at some showers coming back again in the evening hours, and then possibly finishing out going into the overnight and into Friday, where showers are going to be pushing in, maybe a storm or two working in the forecast. Saturday has some overnight showers coming into about 4 a.m. in the morning, and then once we get into Saturday, you can see some showers coming back to finish out, but Sunday has a few showers here and there right now. Hopefully things will get better for the Butterfest, and then we'll have some drier conditions in the forecast. We'll take it right back into how this all shapes up going into 70s and more 70s and more 70s. Be safe out there and get out and enjoy it if you can.
Thank you, Art. Yes, it is almost time for one of the area's biggest summer celebrations. The 41st annual Sparta Butterfest will run June 5th through the 8th, and this year's festival is dedicated to one of its founding members. We are joined now by the Fest Master and Lady Butterfest of the Year, Penny and Charles. Good morning to you both. Thanks for being here with us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Yes,
we appreciate
we're excited to hear all about Butterfest. So this is the 41st year. That's a long time. What makes this festival so special?
So, like you said, it's been around for that many years, but it's an opportunity for people to get out and enjoy the beginning of the fest season and to be able to share time with their family, friends, get out, eat some food, and, you know, just have a good time.
For sure, it is an exciting time of year. So walk us through what families can expect when we come to the grounds and any events that you would say are must-see.
Sure, I think that a lot of things going on in the softball tournament. The food vendors, new this year is the Tada Strolling Robots.
Oh.
The golf tournament, there's an arts and crafts vending. There's a quilt show, an ATV, UTV ride, car show, dart tournament, cornhole.
My goodness.
And one of the things I shouldn't miss is the Lady Butterfest bingo. The carnival, of course, and the cow milking contest. I think Charles is going to allude to that. And then also the fest tent.
Okay, there's a lot going on, isn't there? A little bit of something for everyone. Anything in there that is like the must-see, or if it's your first time, you haven't been, is there like one thing?
If you've never been to Butterfest, you definitely have to come watch the cow milking contest.
Okay.
It is one of the funnest things in the world. I had never done it before. My daughter was Miss Sparta, and they're like, hey, get out here and do this. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think so. It is a blast. It is just to watch people get out there and attempt to milk a cow, especially if you've never done one before.
I can imagine. That sounds very enticing. I know. I might have to check that out. Okay, so there's that. And so we know that the carnival tickets sold out again this year. So what does that tell you about the community's excitement for Butterfest?
Every year, it is always that is a great indicator of how many people want to be out there and what they're going to do and stuff like that. And like I said, you know that you're getting your families out there, and families are excited to get out there with their kids and to enjoy that time with us at Butterfest.
Yes, and we're showing some video from years past. We see the parade. We saw a big slide there, so it definitely looks like it's fun. And you're dedicating this year's festival to Dolores Bowen. She's one of the founding members who recently passed away. Tell us a little bit about her impact on Butterfest.
So like you said, she was a founding member, and Dolores was kind of, and is still the face of Butterfest. You could always find her sitting in front of our headquarters out there. I had the honor of always being able to take her home when I got a chance. I'd take her home at night when she got tired or whatnot. And but you could always see her out there. She was always had the information ready to, and she was always willing to help anybody out. She'd have the Band-Aids or whatever you needed.
Okay, so a special tribute to her for sure. And so you guys have been in the community for a while. Do you have a favorite part about Butterfest, or what made you kind of want to get involved also? Now that you are Lady Butterfest, you have quite the title this year.
It was a nomination.
Okay, very cool.
So I was nominated, and yes,
You're happy to take on the honor.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite part?
Good. It'll be good to support the community and be a part of the community. Looking forward to being with Charles, and we just finished the royal family this weekend, and so it'll
you guys
be a
have
good time
important
to do
shoes to
that.
fill for sure. Okay, and what about you? You were also nominated?
Yes. So, and in order to be nominated, you have to be a active member within your community, volunteering. But I think one of the funnest things for me for Butterfest is I love going to the fest tent where we have our live bands every, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We have a live band in there.
Very fun.
And people get to come in there, and you just see people from everywhere coming in there, enjoying themselves, talking, socializing, just having a great time. And it's and our city has always been really supportive of helping us do that kind of stuff, and so it's fun.
Okay, it sounds like it's going to be a great weekend, and so things are getting kicked off on Thursday, right?
That is correct. Yep, that's when we have our corporate sponsor night and our military appreciation night.
Okay, great to know. Well, good luck, and thank you both so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having us.
No problem. Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Coming up on CBS Mornings, we have a huge show for you today with a lot of leading ladies. First, our very candid conversation with record-setting Tony nominee, that's Audra McDonald on your screen. We'll take a look at her brilliant career and go behind the scenes to see how she prepares for every scene. Plus, Jacinda Ardern will be in the studio first on CBS Mornings. This trailblazing former Prime Minister of New Zealand discusses a new memoir about her unexpected life in politics. And three-time WNBA champion, that's Candace Parker, talks about her incredible life story on and off the court. We'll see you 7 o'clock on the dot.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
The biggest thing I want to get across to people, whether it's via email or voicemail or text, is we are a local Wisconsin, family-owned, turnkey solar company.
We have project managers that will walk you through the process, keep you informed along the way, and make sure that the communication is the best that it can be.
All the financial benefits are awesome. And then on top of that, it's green energy. How can you lose?
This is Arby's $7 Euro meal. Do the Greeks have a god of meat? If they don't, is there a form we need to fill out? A number to call? Arby's, we have the meat.
Slow down.
Cut! I get it. Slow motion. Slow down geographic atrophy. But we don't need gimmicks. Stick to the facts. GA, the advanced form of dry AMD, can irreversibly damage your vision. But Syfovre is an FDA-approved eye injection that gives you the power to slow GA. Syfovre was proven to slow GA lesion growth over 2 years with increasing effect over time. It's the only treatment to slow GA in as few as 6 doses per year.
Don't take Syfovre if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye that may include pain and redness or are allergic to it. Syfovre can cause severe allergic reactions. Other serious side effects are eye infection and retinal detachments, severe inflammation of vessels in the retina, which may result in severe vision loss, wet AMD, eye inflammation, and an increase in eye pressure. Most common side effects are eye discomfort, wet AMD, small specks floating in vision, and blood in the white of the eye. Tell your doctor right away if you have any side effects.
Act on facts to slow GA. Ask your retina specialist about Syfovre. Nope, just the facts.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time.
Welcome back at 6:52. Time for your morning news now. The suspect in an attack on pro-Israel demonstrators in downtown Boulder over the weekend appeared before a Colorado judge yesterday. Mohammed Sabri Solomon faces both federal and state charges, including hate crimes and 16 counts of attempted murder. Yesterday, authorities said the number of wounded in Sunday's attack has climbed to 12. 2 are still in the hospital. Your commute across the Mississippi River will be a little easier tomorrow with free water taxi service that runs between Lansing, Iowa and DeSoto, Wisconsin after officials shut down the Blackhawk Bridge due to unsafe movement. Service running Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Lansing Marina and Big Slough Landing. A new daycare coming to Tomah this fall just got a boost from the local Chamber Foundation. They donated over $1,200 to Sprouts Daycare for kitchen and safety supplies. The facility will bring 38 new childcare slots to Tomah when it opens.
We've seen this as a need along with, housing and stable transportation as one of the 3 main barriers to people being able to access regular employment. This is one of the items that we felt we could make a difference in. But it's not only a need in Tomah, but it's a need all over Wisconsin and frankly the United States.
A recent survey showed Tomah could support 66 additional child care slots beyond what's currently available. And your stormwater bill could go up about $10 a month for the first time in 14 years. Last night, the La Crosse Board of Public Works passed a resolution to raise stormwater utility rates. The proposal now moves to the Finance Personnel Committee Thursday, then to Common Council. The International Owl Center is getting ready to spread its wings with a new $17.3 million facility. The center currently operates from a small storefront in downtown Houston, Minnesota. The new facility will offer much more space for visitors, owls, and programs. They've raised more than $1.5 million so far, and they're hoping their status as the country's only owl education center will help them reach that goal.
Normally you know who your donor base is and you just have to go and ask everybody and whatever. For us, it's literally anybody that walks through the door any day. We get people coming from all over the country and all over the world.
The new facility will include the first ever walk-through owl aviary in the U.S. And you might notice hazy skies today. Smoke from Canadian wildfires is causing air quality alerts through noon. The smoke contains fine particles that can be especially dangerous for children, elderly people, or anyone with breathing problems.
Children, the elderly, those who are pregnant, and then anyone with upper respiratory issues like asthma. And then also in those sensitive groups would be people who have to work outside.
Experts say the best thing to do if you can is stay inside. If you can't, wear an N95 mask.
All right, we're also looking at that rainfall that's on the way. That'll help to push down that smoke and haze you can see there for the alert special right there going to at least the noon hour. We'll hold on to this rainfall picking up around the 7 o'clock hour, continuing to push through I-94 for your morning commute, and that's going to push a lot of rainfall on the ground. That'll continue to do so into the afternoon as well. We have a marginal risk for severe weather, so that again is a low risk for severe weather. We're looking at possibly about 3/4 of an inch or less in your local forecast, carrying over into the possibility of continued showers from time to time through the week and 70s.
Thank you, Art. It is National Egg Day. Perfect timing for your breakfast this morning if you're wondering what to have. Whether you like them scrambled, sunny side up, or over easy, eggs pack a nutritional punch with protein and vitamin D, choline too. Iowa and Ohio lead the nation in egg production, helping Americans consume more than 250 eggs per person each year. So go ahead and enjoy that morning omelet. You're celebrating a national day. 250 eggs per person every year, Art.
Wow.
That's a lot. It's a lot of money, too, with how the prices have been,
Pretty much, yeah. Hey,
Well,
eggs are
thank
great.
you.
Yeah, they work out.
They're good. They're good for you. Well, thank you for starting your morning with us. We'll see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your Tuesday.